Hi folks and welcome to the Money Mental UK YouTube channel. For those who are new to the channel, my name's Andrew, part-time eBay reseller and a mental health advocate. And in today's video I've pulled out some sales from November. I've actually pulled out a few more, but there's so many to get on these tabs I ended up like clicking on them and closing them by mistake. So it's just a selection of my sales from November. I'll follow my usual format for these sales reports. I'll show you what I picked up, what sold, sorry. I'll tell you where I got it from, roughly what I paid for it, and what I sold it for. Give you a rough indication of the kind of profits that I've made on each item as well. And hopefully it'll inspire you in terms of what items to look for, where to source from, or occasionally with some of them it might give you an indication of stuff to avoid as well. So yeah, first up are these Game of Thrones Dragon Egg money banks that come from Primark. These were in the summer sale in Primark for £3 each. As you can see, I picked up 6 of them. I initially was selling them for £11.99, I think, for the first one. That sold, sorry, up the price to £12.99. Sold a couple more of those, done up the price to £13.99, and then £14.99 for the final one. Because with that listing history, with that sales history, it improved in the rankings, so I was able to increase the price, and obviously the people who had them listed were selling out as well, so that helped. But yeah, from £3 into £14.99 for this one, into £12.99 for the earliest one, is a good sort of after shipping fees, etc. £4 or £5 profit, which for a piece of retail arbitrage, more than doubling my money. That's really good. So yeah, well worth checking out some of the officially licensed stuff in Primark. Next, it's a little bundle that I put together. I've been selling these. It says free. I actually sold about 30 of these. The listing that I had previously actually ran out of stock, and I didn't think I could get any more, so it ended. And then I found 3 more sets of these. But yeah, I've been selling these consistently. I was selling these from I think, when did I first pick up some? From September right through to November. £7.99 for the 2. They weighed less than 100 grams. They cost less than £1 to ship. Buying these packs and home bargains, I think they cost about, it's like £1.70 or £1.80 for the 2. Individually, the pens and the pencils, not really worth selling, but bundling them together like this enabled me to get a decent price. So I was making sort of £3 or £4 on each set. Multi-quantity listing, so it only needed one listing. Dead easy to ship, just put it in a jiffy bag, send it out. And so yeah, worth considering putting bundles together if you're doing your retail arbitrage. You can often get better prices for items. Next, this probably something to avoid really, this Save the World board game. Picked it up for 49p or 50p in a charity shop that does 2 games for £1, not far from me. Yeah, just picked it up because it had David Bellamy on basically, and it was a vintage board game. Didn't do any research on it, and yeah, listed it, and it sat there for well over a year. Finally sold for an offer of £7. It went for to £7.64 there, but it went for an offer of £7. So from 50, I made a couple of pounds profit on it, but I definitely wouldn't bother picking this up again. By the time you photographed it, checked all the contents, etc., you're not going to make any money on this. Even if it was free, I'd probably still avoid it, to be honest. But yeah, still a profit, which is always good, more cash flow for the business. Next, this official Nintendo Wii Power Supply. Got this in a box of cables at the car boot sale for 50p. Ended up selling it for an offer of £10 because it had been listed for a while. So from 50p to £10. It cost £3 to ship. Didn't quite go large letter. I don't think it did anyway. I can't remember now. It's been a while. But I've turned my 50p into sort of £4 or £5 sort of profit nearly there. So I'm quite happy with that. As I say, well worth looking out for these. If you get, you if you pick up Wii's cheap enough, you can break them down for spares and sell cables like this, etc. Make some money that way as well. So, you know, always worth considering. Next, Yoshi finally sold. This was my item that I had for the longest. They used to sit right over there, as you obviously can't see, but in my bedroom. He was there staring at me for nearly a year and a half. It cost me £1 in charity shop, and he eventually sold for £8.49. I was so glad to see him go. I made about £2 or £3 on that sale, so really not worth the effort. But yeah, just one of my very early pickups that I just don't do plushes really anymore because they just take ages to sell. Newer tags might do a bit better, but yeah, it's generally not good. Next, this is the best sale of the month. These Nakomi, I don't even know how to say it, but yeah, these brainwave controlled or telepathically controlled cat ears. Basically, the ears reflect your emotional state. This cost a £5, believe it or not, in a charity shop. It was brand new. There's a charity shop near me that gets Amazon returns donated to it, basically, by Amazon. So yeah, when they have some in there, get some really good high value electricals and stuff like this in, that they then sell for about a £5 because they can't find any details of it. But I did my research. I discovered that this was quite a sought after and quite expensive item. I took a punt on it, to be honest, when I grabbed it for a £5. I didn't expect it to have huge amounts of value in it. I thought it might be 20 or 25 quid, a bit of a gimmick sort of thing. But yeah, turns out that these were going for well in excess of £100. I listed this one for £129.99, which was top end really for one of these. It sold on an offer a couple of weeks before this sale for £100, but then the buyer didn't have the means to pay, so which is really annoying because, you know, you get a £100 sale, you're dead excited. So I relisted it, and it sold within 24 hours of being relisted for full asking price, 130 quid. So really happy with that. Next, sold both of these. So these are obviously a great Christmas gift. These Poundland mugs, you can see how much they cost. Cost me £1. Had two of them. It's both sold for £6.79. The buy details there. Scroll down. Both sold for £6.79. Yeah, from £1. I've made a couple of pounds profit on them. You know, again, good profit margin for retail arbitrage. If I'd picked up a few more, that profit would have increased because it's just one listing. But yeah, I really can't be bothered with such low profits. The margin really good, obviously, for retail arbitrage, but for £1 or £2, unless you're picking up lots, big quantity, you do a big multi-quantity listing, not worth doing. But it was amusing anyway, selling those. Next, another piece of retail arbitrage. Don't know why it says one sold. Both of these sold pretty much in a week or so of each other. There's these Thomas the Tank Engine kids duvet set. Picked these up in Asda. Two of them, they only had two left for £6. Sold them both for £16.99, free shipping. So, you know, doubled my money on that basically. So, you know, more than £6 profit on that. Dead easy to ship as well. Literally, it's already in a plastic sort of bag. So just put a poly bag over it, ship it out. The photos, obviously, Asda have a website. It's not legal, of course. It's against copyright to steal their pictures, but you know, I think we probably pretty much all do it. So yeah, really easy to list them, put up those stock pictures, and get them sold. Wish they'd have more, to be honest, because I'd have happily taken another dozen or whatever of them. Next, this is something I always look out for, is these Thomas Kinkade jigsaw puzzles. If they're sealed, I'm grabbing it. Basically, I always seem to get decent money for them. This one cost me £6 as from a charity shop that I went to with Richard Payne in Bridgnorth. It was a Red Cross actually. Red Cross is normally extortionate in prices, and you know, £6 for a sealed jigsaw is quite high. But because it's this Thomas Kincaid Gibson's jigsaws, I knew that I knew that it was worth picking up. I knew I'd get some decent money for it, and it sold for £24.99. So from £6 into 25, take off your shipping, etc. I've you know, I'm making sort of 12-13 quid profit there, maybe slightly more. So yeah, really happy with that. This was a great pickup. There's a charity shop near me that does media for 20p each. Doesn't matter whether it's a game, a DVD or whatever. So always try and pop there when I can. Just grab a load of media off him, you know, basically clear the decks. You know, sometimes what I pick up won't be worth listing, but most of the time it is. And this has been, I think this is the most profitable item I've picked up from them. Again, 20p. Sold at an offer actually for 20 quid. I could have got slightly more for it. It is worth about 22, 23 quid, but from 20p into £20, I'm going to take that all day long. Ships large letter. You know, we're talking 14 odd quid profit on this item, so really pleased with that. I think I spent about £3 on media on that visit with him, so this paid for the entire haul. Everything else is just gravy in it. This GTA Vice City Stories, UMD, didn't have the case, the manual or any of the other stuff with it. It was actually just a loose game disc that was inside another PSP game case, so it was effectively a freebie. Just took a picture of the disc and whacked it on. No need to go mad with taking pictures on something like this. That's literally, this is it. So yeah, from free, sold it for £5.49, full asking price, under 100 grams, so 82p to ship it with Royal Mail's large letter. Yeah, just worth, if you get these sort of game discs and whatever lying around, you know, they don't have the case, the manual, still worth listing them. Say they're really cheap to ship, and you'll make a bit of money off it, you know. So what, 3 odd quid profit on this, nearly 4 quid profit on it because it was free. So I'll take that. One photo, really quick listing, dead easy. Just to show that the other types of media that I do occasionally sell. This is a video. I've mentioned this before, but I cleared out the contents of an ex-rental sort of, well, basically a video rental place, but it did rentals, but it also sold videos as well. So some of the videos I got for them are ex-rental, which have good money. Others are the ones that they retailed, because they retailed second-hand videos as well as new ones. So I got basically had a garage full of stuff from this old rental store. They're paid 25 quid for. It's absolutely mad. I've still got hundreds of videos in the cowshed at the minute, but yeah, I've been sort of drip feeding videos through from it. You know, it cost me a couple of pence. You know, we could really say it's free because I've more than paid. I've made about 200 odd quid profit off that haul already. The only thing that stops me putting more on is just because it's, you know, well, laziness really. But yeah, this babe sold for £5.99, free shipping. You know, so a couple of quid profit in it, which is all right. I might start bundling together the rest of the videos I've got though, to be honest, because you know, it's a question of whether it's worth my time to list these for a couple of quid profit. But one picture, they are easy to list. One picture, they do hang about for a bit though, but one picture, put in the EAN number, dead simple title, description, job done really. But yeah, VHS does sell. So if you've got some videos knocking around you're not sure what to do with, worth listing, probably worth listing as a bundle, to be honest, but check each one individually. Next, another piece of retail arbitrage. Picked this up in Boots when I was doing my food shopping. Cost a £5, just reduced in Boots because the box had a slight rip in it. It's nothing noticeable. I've probably mentioned it in the description, I'm sure. Uh, there you go. It was box open, that was it. It wasn't ripped, it was box open. So I put box open to check contents for quality control purposes, because I did check the contents of it because it was open. So that's entirely true. Some stock pictures. So it cost me a fiver. Sold for £22.99. So some people are getting 25 for him. I had it listed for about 2 or 3 months, so I dropped the price a couple of quid and it sold. Dropped the price a couple of quid, relisted it, and it sold within a couple of days. So fiver into £22.99. Really good on a piece of retail arbitrage. 12, 13, 14 quid profit after shipping because it went small parcel. So yeah, well worth checking out your local boots for stuff on clearance. Oh, I closed an item there, so I was saying, you click on these and they close. So apologies, you'll miss that. But yeah, next item is this 3XL, so really big. I couldn't fit it on the mannequin; it was just massive. And at the time, I didn't have my new photo setup that I've got now. So I can photograph big stuff like this now, but it had to go on the door. It cost me £3 in a charity shop in Manchester. There's a cancer research I go to on if I go down to Manchester for meetings and then driving. It's on my sort of drive home. All the clothes in there are £3 or less, so picked this up for £3. It sold on an offer of 30 quid, which I was more than happy with because this is not a popular sort of brand or anything like that, not a well-known brand. State of art, you know. I think they cost about 150 quid new, but second hand there's not really much of a market for them. So yeah, I was happy to take 30 quid. Nice wool jacket. Buyer was very happy, said it fitted perfectly, left really good feedback. And you know, you're talking after fees, shipping, etc., talking nearly 20 quid profit on that item, so I'm not going to complain about that. Next, this Weight Watchers Pro Points calculator. It's just new and sealed. Picked it up in a charity shop, which is normally ridiculously priced for £1. And then it was in my death pile, my pile of shame, for probably a year. And I just come across it when I was clearing some stuff out. So quick photo, list it, put it on for £19.99. It stayed at that price for a couple of weeks. Then what I do is I have a 15% off sale that kicks in on all listings after 2 weeks have been listed. So this dropped down to £16.99, and it sold within a day of going on that 15% off sale. So that was clearly the right price for it. So yeah, from £1 into £16.99. I think this went large letter as well, because it was just fitting as a large letter. So it's just went in a jiffy bag. I think it was boxed. It was, you know, fine within the box as well. So it cost about £1 or £1 sort of cost you know, between 82 and £1.32 to ship. Can't remember if it was 100 grams or not. But you know, from £1, £1.50 shipping, take off your fees. I've made about a tenner profit on this, so worth looking out for these Weight Watchers, this Weight Watchers stuff. Next, this I can't believe this sold. This chap May, which is I think like the cheap brand of Chinese toys they used to sell in Toys R Us before they went bust. This orc figure, you know, I got a bundle of figures back in last Christmas from a Christmas fair. This was just one of them in it. I've just been pulling them out and listing the figures individually. I think I've still got a couple that I haven't listed in that box actually. You know, that I've made, I think I spent about a £5 on that box of figures. I've made so far 50 or 60 quid profit from it, so maybe more actually. I think I sold one of the figures alone for 20 quid, so yeah, I made a really good profit from it. So I was just listing each figures individually rather than bundling them. Listed this one for £6.79, and for some reason £2 shipping on it as well. Did go large letter, so I think that's £8.79 it ended up going for. I have no idea why. I think no idea at all, but I took some measurements of it because I thought people, if they're building, you know, some sort of diorama or, you know, role-playing sort of scene, might want this kind of character in it. So I included the measurements just to give that sort of view of the scale of it for him. And yeah, it's sold for £8.79. I mean, I can't believe it. You know, it's effectively free because, you know, it would have cost pennies only in that box. But as I say, I'm willing to profit on it. So yeah, good sort of £5 or so quid's profit on that. So really happy. Close something else. Never mind. This Tommy Bahama silk shirt. Really good brand to look out for. It's 100% silk shirt. Cost me £1.20, which is a weird price in one of my local charity shops. One that normally charges a lot more for clothes. So they obviously thought short sleeve, don't ever heard of the brand. We'll just list it cheap. So yeah, £1.20, and it sold for £25.49. Again, on one of my 15% off sales. So from just over a pound, it's 25 quid. Take that all day long, you know, £17-18 profit, something like that. Really pleased. So yeah, worth looking out for the Tommy Bahama. This another pick up from the that cancer research that does clothes for £3 or less near Manchester. This cost £2. Just a bog standard Fred Perry shirt. It was okay. You know, wasn't in brilliant condition. Well, it had no rips or tears, but it didn't look like it had hardly been worn, sort of thing. You know, it had some life in it. But yeah, listed it £15.29 from £2. You know, £8-9 profit after shipping. So yeah, happy enough with that. This another piece of retail arbitrage. Picked these up in a Devlins sale for a couple of quid last January. They've been steadily selling. All four was listed in January for £14.99. The first two sold pretty quickly. The last two took a while. This one went for £12.74 in the end. But multi-quantity listing, 4 items. You know, I was making, they went large letter, although they actually were probably slightly over dimensions, but I never had any issues sending them anyway as large letter. So yeah, I was making probably about £6 or £7 profit on each one. So again, really nice return for some retail arbitrage there. This just shows, I've included this, my photos were dead blurry on it. The box was, I don't know actually if it's the box was ripped, as you can see here. Took a picture to show. The average price on this, you know, they're going for about between 25 to 30 really top end for one that's in mint condition, second hand. But I thought, stuff it, I'll list it for 30 quid. I don't know, the photos was appalling, but listed it for 30 quid. It cost me a £5. I always pick up these West Wing complete series when I see them, because they do tend to sell fairly quick. First one I had was sold for 25 quid. Second one I sold for 27. Next one was 25. So I expected I'd get about 25 for this one, with the condition of it, or slightly less. But yeah, I listed it for 30 anyway, because I thought, coming up to Christmas, you know, people is looking for their box sets and whatever, they might pay a bit more. And yeah, it sold for £29.99, free shipping. I think it weighed over 2 kilos, I can't remember, but we're talking at least 15, 16, well, maybe more, maybe closer to 20 quid profit on this. So yeah, worth looking out for your DVD box sets. If you get something that's the complete series, every episode ever of something, you're going to do okay on it. Next, another piece of retail arbitrage. The WH Smith's in Wrexham has a clearance outlet above it, a WH Smith's clearance outlet. So occasionally I pop in there and check out what they've got. A lot of it is usually overpriced, even at the clearance prices, but they do occasionally have bits of media in. This was one of them. Jugcrest free. Listed it was it's £2.99. I think when it was new, I think on retail it actually only sold for £9.99. But yeah, this was £2.99. They was asking for it. So I've sold second-hand used copies of this for about £3.50 before. So I thought new copies probably going to be worth close to a tenner. I'll grab it. And yeah, listed it for £12.99, which was, I thought, quite high, but you literally couldn't buy a copy of this on Amazon or anywhere else new, and I think there was only 2 second-hand copies listed on eBay. So I thought, stuff it, I'll go in for £12.99, and yeah, I got it. It sold, took 2 cycles, 2 months to sell. It was coming up to its third month, so it would have been reduced to £9.99, but yeah, it sold for £12.99. So from £2.99, again, large letter, £1 fit. In fact, these weigh less than 100 grams, I think. There's no manuals, etc. in them, so this would have gone for 82p. So you know, your £4, knock off your fees, etc. Still made about £6-7 quid profit on that. So really pleased. And yeah, as you can see, there's a stock photo which I think just came from eBay when I put the EAN number in. Next, this board game. Yeah, Wanted Lee Wink style. Yeah, so this Warlock board game, vintage sort of 80s board game. I picked up a bundle of these type of games from Car Boot for £5 each. I've listed this one and one other. I've still got another 3 or 4 that I need to get round to listing. Make up your own price with these, to be honest, because there was no sort of non-listed, nothing really coming up on Terapeak. I think there was one on Board Games Geek for about 30 quid listed or something like that. So I put mine on eBay for £34.99. Obviously didn't sell. It was listed for a while. It was listed for about 3 or 4 months. Come down on the 15% off sale. I saw I had a watcher on it, so I sent out an offer to watcher of 22 quid, which they accepted. So it sold for 22 quid. Cost me a £5. It wasn't fully complete. It was missing one Tiddly Wink style piece. I say I could have ordered one, because you can these counters here you can buy off eBay from China for peanuts. But for some reason I didn't bother. But it didn't. I don't think it affected the sale anyway. I think 22 quid was a fair price for it. So yeah, you know, take off your shipping, your fees, etc. Probably about a tenner sort of profit on that. So happy enough. Next, this Mario Baruti Blazer. Picked this up. Cost 3 quid in sale at Sue Ryder. Nice little sort of stylish sort of blazer. Virgin wool, etc. So decent quality. Not really though a big brand over here. If I saw this brand again, depending upon the composition of the blazer, but I probably wouldn't pick it up. But yeah, this one, I list blazers for £24.99 basically. So I just went off for my standard blazer, asking price of £24.99. Hung about for a couple of months, went on the 15% off sale, noticed I had a watcher on it, so sent out an offer to watcher of £16.99, which they accepted, and it went off to Liverpool. So yeah, probably about an 8-9 quid profit on that, so happy enough with that. My photo setup's a bit better now. You'll probably, if I've not closed it, you might see another blazer further on, but yeah, just nice little sale. And next, this Kappa Beanie. Got this actually, I think, at the same time as that blazer. Cost me 50p in Sue Ryder. It's brand new. Listed at £13.99, which is a bit high. I think they probably go for about 12 quid. But yeah, somebody come along and bought it. So, you know, from 50p. Again, I think this may have weighed less than 100 grams as well. It obviously went large letter, so it may have only cost about 82p to ship it. So yeah, probably made nearly 10 quid profit on that, so really happy with that. And just 2 quick photos, front and back. I do have a hat model, like a head thing I could have put it on, but didn't see the point really. Next, another good piece of retail arbitrage. During the summer, I went and did a bit of a tour picking up a load of stock to list during Q4, which I probably wouldn't do again, to be fair, actually, because I've sold it all. Well, I've sold 90% of it this Q4, and I've made decent money from it. I had bags and bags of stock that were taking up space that weren't listed, so I'd rather not do that in the future, to be honest. But yeah, these figures were sort of £3 each in B&M bargains during the summer, so £9 for all three of them. I just picked up loads. I made bundles up of them, like this. This, I've had 5 bundles of these, actually. This was the first one. I just did this as a bit of a trial. It sold for £28.99 from £9. So I put another 4 on for £30. They all sold like that, going into Christmas, so really happy with that. But yeah, from £9, shipping was, you know, £3. It's a small parcel sort of thing. So well, £2.90 with Royal Mail, but yeah, £9 plus your shipping. I've made probably roughly about a tenner sort of profit on that. So again, for retail arbitrage markup, 100%, really good. So yeah, if you do see things like these, if I'd sold them individually, I might have made about £1 or £1.50 profit on each figure. So better to bundle and yeah, get them cheap enough, bundle them up and sell them on. Next, this Impossi Puzzle. I picked this up in Wolverhampton when I was sourcing with Steve Green and Emma. She sells seashells. Cost me £1. It's brand new, so yeah, I listed it £15.99. Didn't sell on its first cycle, but it sold for £13.59 on its second cycle. So from £1, you know, take off shipping costs, 6, 7, 8 quid profit. Again, stock photos, dead easy to list. So yeah, really happy with that. This, another item I picked up with Richard Pay when I was outsourcing with him. This, I was umming and ahhing about buying this because it's got Adam Johnson on it, who's obviously in prison for for paedophilia, basically, having sex with an underage girl. So you know, I was a bit not really comfortable buying it, but it was £4. I knew that as a football shirt it would have some money in it. I had a look on eBay and I could see one had sold for about £15 or £20 on auction, so I thought I'll grab it. So picked it up, listed it for my sort of standard football shirt price of £30, and it sold within a week of being listed. Might have even been 2 days of being listed for the full asking price of £29.99. So yeah, distasteful subject matter, obviously, but I'm happy to take a near £20 profit on an item. So in fact, yeah, probably was about £20 profit. So probably more because these go large letter. So yeah, well worth picking up football shirts. And again, even if the name has some notoriety with it, see it's all Johnson there, you can still make money on it. So yeah. Next, this cash converters pickup. Again, this is a really early picture for me. That's my bed. You can even see my laptop there in the corner. But yeah, this British comedy greats. Picked this up in cash converters for £1 purely because it was brand new and sealed. But I had this listed for about a year, and then it just sold £8.49. It's quite large, so I went small parcel. So I only made about £2 or £3 profit on this. So obviously I probably wouldn't bother picking it up again, but I definitely wouldn't get it if it wasn't new and sealed. But it does show you that you can pick up stuff in places like cash converters and make money on it. Next, included this just to show example, you know, contrary to what you may hear, sports titles do sell. This was another 20p media item I got at the same time as the Spyro's game I showed you earlier. Yeah, it cost me 20p, sold for £5.52, goes large letter. Nice sort of £3 to £4 sort of profit on that. So happy enough with that. And yeah, sports titles do sell. They might not sell for massive amounts, but there are ones out there that have got money in. This Manchester United puzzle, brand new and sealed. Picked this up when I was outsourcing with Aid Critchlow in Nantwich. I think I paid £2.50 for this. I hung about for a while, listed it in the summer, but getting towards Christmas, Jigsaws tend to do well. Sold on 15% off sale, £13.59 from £2.50. Probably a good sort of £6-7 profit. Went a bit overboard with the photos on this one. Didn't really need to take so many. Should have just done front and back. But hey ho. Was testing out a new lighting setup at the time, which was rubbish because the lights are not bright at all. But there you go. This is something that come free with my Land Rover. It's basically a tyre repair kit. I have a spare tyre for my Land Rover anyway, but the garage give me one of these as well when I bought the car. So I figured I'm never ever going to have a clue how to use this, and I'm never going to use it either. So I figured I may as well list it. Sold for 25 quid. So yeah, cost me nothing. Sold for 25 quid. You know, it's 18-19 quid profit on that after fees and shipping. Next, this Hasbro Trivia Pursuit 2000s game. Cost me £1 in the charity shop. Listed it. Sold 2 days later for £12.99. Worth looking out for these Trivial Pursuit non-standard editions, the 2000s, and especially in Q4. You know, they will sell really well. So yeah, from £1 into £12.99, again sort of £7-8 profit. Happy enough with that. This bit of a fail. This sort of large Jedi action figure box set, picked up in Home Bargains for £19.99. Didn't have a signal when I picked it up, so I took a punt on it, thinking, oh, you know, the original RRP on these is about 70 quid. So I took a punt on it, thinking, you know, I'll hopefully get 40 quid for it. Listed it for £39.99, and yeah, it sat there for months and months and months. It was basically, the market was full of these, and people were selling them for about, you know, about the 20 quid mark that I'd paid to about 25. So I really doubted it would sell. But yeah, again, getting towards Christmas, it sold. I made a little bit of profit on it. It actually sold on an offer of £30. I made about £2 profit on it because it was quite large to ship as well, which is another thing to look out for. It wasn't, yeah, it didn't go small parcels. Yeah, I made about £2 profit on it, which 10% return on investment, that's appalling. But got the money back I invested in it, money to reinvest, so, you know, and it's gone, so I was happy enough. There's another part of that retail arbitrage haul I was talking about that I picked up in the summer from, you know, going around the B&M bargains. These battle packs cost me £3 each. I actually had 4 of these. I sold one of these in the summer for £22.99 because I listed straight away just because I tripped over it. The other 3 got listed again for £22.99. First 2 sold for the full asking price. Third one went on a 15% off sale just to get rid of it. From £3 into, you know, and these all went, you know, within like a few days, well, a couple of weeks, in 3 weeks, 3 weeks, because this only goes on a 15% off sale after 2 weeks of listing. So yeah, I think it went within 3 weeks. All for full asking price, none on an offer or anything like that. So from £3 each, you know, again making a decent sort of markup. So these battle packs that B&M do are worth picking up. If you can see them cheap enough. £3 or was it £4? Might have been £4 I paid each for each of these. But yeah, £4 into nearly 20 quid. You know, you're making well over 10 quid profit on each one. So amazing sort of markup for retail arbitrage. Next, these Geoffrey West cheeky boots. These are hardly been worn. The seller told me, I picked them up with a car boot for 10 quid. Seller told me they'd only been worn once, and you know, to be honest, on the condition of him, I could fully support that in their box and everything. I took an offer on him. I had them up for 115. I went on a 15% off sale. I ended up taking an offer of £80 for him, which was more than happy to do, because from a tenner into £80, you know, you're not going to say no, basically. So, you know, we're talking, you know, over 50, maybe 60 quid sort of profit on that. So yeah, really, really worth looking out for Geoffrey West boots if you see him, because there's some good money in him. And another brand to look out for, Cheyne. These Cheyne shoes. Bought these on my birthday, actually, for £10 in Llangollen, which is a sort of town near me. Yeah, cost a tenner. They were listed for a while. Maybe I should have taken a picture with the laces sort of done up. But yeah, they're listed for a little while. So I had them up for 90 quid originally. Got on 15% off. And I noticed they had a watcher, so I just sent out an offer to watchers of £65, which they accepted. Because they was based in Germany as well, they paid a bit extra to me for shipping, about 10 quid, and it cost about 8 or 9 to ship it. So it was 75 in all they paid for me. But yeah, from a tenner, 40 odd quid profit. Really happy with that. You know, I definitely pay a lot more attention to shoes now than I used to, because there's some really good money in them if you get the right stuff. And then next, it's a sheepskin coat, picked up for £6.40 or £6.80 in the same charity shop that I get me my media from, actually, the 20p media from. Yeah, it wasn't the best of sizes, sort of small to medium, basically, not brilliant. Had a little bit of damage to it, I think. Can't remember where. Can't seem to find the picture where that was on anyway. But yeah, a little bit of damage to it, so it wasn't brilliant. But I still listed it high for the winter at £69.99. It was up for a couple of months without selling. It was just coming up to the third month where I would have lowered the price down. I would have put it down to, you know, probably about 50 quid. And I noticed I had an offer on it, so I just sent out an offer for 40 quid. I thought I'd just get rid of it, because they're heavy things, they take up a bit of space. And it was accepted, so it sold for 40 quid. Free shipping, so I can't remember. I think this went medium parcel as well, because although it's a small size, quite a big coat, so I ended up going as a medium parcel, so it cost a few quid to ship it, but I still made sort of over 20 quid profit on that, so really happy with that. Next, this is another part of that B&M Bargains Summer Retail haul. This was a quid in B&M Bargains, sold for £12.99. So yeah, from £1 to £12.99. Really good markup again, sort of 8-9 quid sort of profit. Yeah, on retail arbitrage, those sort of return on investments, you know, profit margins, etc., are almost unheard of. So really pleased with that sale again. Next, this is what I was saying before about how I've changed how I take pictures of blazers now. This is the new sort of setup for taking pictures of blazers. This was a linen jacket, so obviously it creases, because that's what linen does. But it went on in my, it was like in really good condition. I nearly kept this for myself, but I'm a 46L, this is a 44, so it's just a little too tight. But yeah, it cost me £4 or £5 in Halifax, in Yorkshire, and I was doing some charity shopping down there. Sold for £24.99. Good little profit margin, about 12-13 quid profit maybe. So yeah, really happy with that. Next, again, another complete series DVD box set. Cost me 3 quid for this Enemy at the Door box set. Sold at an offer of £14 in the end. So yeah, a few quid's profit. And yeah, I actually did take pictures to show the complete thing there as well. Sometimes I just take front and back, but because there's a few discs in there, I thought I'd just take all the pictures of the discs. So yeah, from 3 quid into 14. Can't remember if this went large letter or small parcel. Assuming it went small parcel, about 5 or 6 quid profit in that, so happy enough. And then final item, another thing that I picked up in Halifax. Cost me 3 quid for this Lancashire Lightning T20 cricket top, T20, whatever. This cricket top cost me £3. Actually sold at an offer of £15, which I was happy enough with because I'd made up a price on these because I don't think there was much sort of listed or sold history on these. So yeah, 3 into 15. Again, I think this went, yeah, this went large letter because it's folds quite easily into a sort of large letter sort of shape. So it only cost me about a couple of quid to have shipped it at most. I can't remember how much it weighed, but it might have even been £1.32 because I think it probably fell within that threshold. So yeah, probably made about 8-9 quid's profit on that. So happy enough with that. And that is the final item I've got to show you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, giving you a little bit of inspiration in terms of what to look out for. Showing a few different sort of sources there: car boots, charity shops, and retail stores, and as it turns out, my car dealership. So yeah, thanks for watching anyway, folks, and I'll see you in the next video.